Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm so excited about being here. I have missed all of you this week. I truly have. I needed this week, though, to take some time to rest and to try to take better care of myself and my family. And so I have some people that messaged me and they're on the way, and we're going to get started. So I'll wait just a couple of minutes before I tell you what we're doing because if you read the title, it said A Vintage Dream, and it truly was something that I just dreamed up of, basically. Hi, Nora. I am so glad to see you. I have missed you this week. Oh, really bad. Hello to whoever else just came in. So, by the title, it says a vintage dream. I am doing a vintage project tonight, and I'm going to be using some lovely materials that my friend Nora sent me. And I was going through some stuff, and I was trying to think of something I need to do for tonight. And I really kind of dreamt this up. That's why it was called a vintage dream. But it was also how I was feeling this week, and trying to be hopeful and a lot of other things. So it's going to be a vintage project tonight, and I'm excited about it. So I gathered all my materials, most all of them. I don't think I may be using something else. I don't know, but I grabbed most of everything I wanted to use tonight. I'm going to be using my stinky glue tonight because I need it, I think. So, how are you all doing? Nora, how are you feeling? I feel like it's been a long week. Today's almost Thursday. I have been extremely busy this week, even though I'm supposed to be taking it easy. I haven't really been. Hi, Jackie. I know. Hi, Shirley. He's doing much better. I did also find out, though, along with being diagnosed with migraines and stuff, he actually busted his eardrum somehow. And I know that had to be painful. I don't know how it happened or anything like that. My daughter doesn't have any clue, but poor baby. But he seems to be back to normal. He went back to school today, so that's what I was just saying. He's doing better. They put him on some preventative migraine medicine, and then she called me and said, "Mom, do you have any kind of oils that would work better than all these drugs?" And I said, "Absolutely." So right now, I'm getting him some oils to use, but we're still going to let him use the medicine for right now. But we're still going to be using the oils. The eardrum, like I said, we don't know how he ruptured his eardrum, but I mean, he's a boy. I mean, I don't know. And honestly, the doctor said he could have done it on a roller coaster that we rode the other day when we were at the theme park. And so it just has to heal on its own, but there's no permanent damage done to his ear. So that was good. But he's so young. But I think my mom and I and my daughter, we all started getting migraines when we were at a very young age. So, but yeah, but he's doing better. He went back to school today, and my daughter said he was full of piss and vinegar, as my grandmother would say. So, but today we're going to be working on a vintage project. Like I said, I'm excited about this because I was trying to think of what I was going to be doing. I love that, Jackie. I was trying to think about what I was going to be doing, and I kind of dreamt this up a little bit. But like music has always played a big part in my life, and it motivates me. There's so many songs and stuff that that kind of reach out and touch me a little bit. I know. I know. I'm so glad. But so I'll tell you, one of the things that sparked me was this paper right here. It's vintage wallpaper that Nora sent me. I just love the feel of it and the texture of it. And then she sent me these beautiful vintage flowers, vintage looking flowers. So they look like they're tea dyed, maybe. I don't know, but they probably came this color. But they were lovely. And so I started thinking about what I was going to create. And so I'm going to do a canvas tonight. I have to tell you something. I didn't have any more 8 by 10 canvases, and I definitely needed an 8 by 10. So I scraped a change together, went to Dollar Tree. Y'all, I got to do a video of Dollar Tree next week because they're coming out with some really cool stuff for Christmas. And I can't buy any of it, but I'm going to try to take my camera in and film it for you guys next week. But they got some new canvas boards. And it's made by, it's not the same cheapy ones. This is by Art Intervention and, or Art Alternative, excuse me. And they're cotton canvas panels and they're primed already. It's, it says 8-ounce primed, 3-ounce unprimed. So this would be the unprimed and this would be the primed side right here. And, so I think that's really cool. So, and it's not a Dollar Tree product at all. It doesn't have green burr on the back of it. So, I don't know. But I like the way it feels. It's a lot heavier board. It's not flimsy. You can't like bend it or anything. So I'm excited about that. So we're going to get started. All right, so I'm going to put you down here. Close your eyes so you don't get drunk. There we go. Oh, let me fix you. A little tilty there. There we go. Is that okay for everybody? Do I need to raise it up a little bit? Maybe just a little bit. So we can see better. There we go. How's that for everybody? I'm actually going to turn that halo light down a little bit because it's creating a big shadow, but I might need it. Kind of dark in here. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So I have pulled all these bits and pieces and things, some words that I found, a little music paper tag and some other paper. And I kind of know what I want to do. I have some die cuts of leaves over here that I did in a kind of a vintage color paper. I don't know if I'm going to use some lace, but I do have some twine over here, a little key, and I found this really cool washi tape that I have with music notes on it. And like I was saying before, music really does play a big part in my life. I hear a lot of songs and stuff, and it can just turn my whole day around. Before we get started, though, I'm going to take my vintage photo ink, and I'm going to ink around the whole outside edge of the canvas. As y'all know, I hate white showing. I just do. I don't know. On cards, everything. I just don't like white edges. And since this is vintage, I don't want to do it black. But I don't want it to be white either. Just kind of do the inside of it a little bit. You either? It's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't look appealing to me. Particularly like if you're using one-sided cardstock or something like that, you know, you just don't want it to, I don't like it looking so perfect. Like clean, like, you know. There's a time and place for bright and shiny, and then there's a place for grunge and grimy. I can already tell that this is a better quality art board because it's taking the ink really well and it's not doing funky things like sometimes those little Dollar Tree boards do. I wish I had some money. I would go back and get some more of these. This is really nice quality. Okay. That's all we needed that for right now. Now, I really wanted to introduce some of this wallpaper on this right here, and I don't know if it would cut through my cutter very well, but I'm going to put my board down and just trace it, and then I'm going to cut on the inside of the line, because I don't want it to cover my whole board up, but I do want to use some of it. So I'm just going to take a pencil and just kind of trace it out a little bit. And then I'm going to cut on the outside lines of it. I mean, on the inside of the line. And I might try to put it in my paper trimmer and trim it down a little bit more. But it doesn't have to be perfect either. That leaves me a big chunk to do something else with. I'm so excited about this paper. I have wanted to use this paper in a project since I opened the package up from Nora when she sent it to me. So this would pretty much cover the board. I don't want to cover the whole board up. So I'm going to try to trim it down. I'm going to put it on the other side that's not. I'm just going to take about 1/4 of an inch of it off on each side and see how that does. Uh-oh. What happened to my little thingamajigger? Oh, this is not good, y'all. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, my blade came out. That's not good. Let's put the blade back in. And not chop my fingers off. There we go. Okay. Let's line this back up. Like I said, we're going to do about 1/4 inch off. I'm going to put the blade in the middle and start cutting from the inside. That works good. Like that. And then I'm going to turn it around and do about 1/4 of an inch off on this side. I love my new blade. It cuts so smooth. And then I'm going to do about 1/4 inch off on this side. Let's see, how are we looking now? Yeah, I'm doing about 1/4 inch off on this side. Okay. Finish with that. Yes, I like that. Now, I want to use some of this washi tape to go along some little strips on it. If I can find the end of it. Okay. Nice. Don't you hate when you can't find the end of something? And you're on camera and you're trying to not take so long to do something. I usually rub my finger around it like this and I'm able to snag the end of it, but I think that might be it. Yep, there we go. I'll just leave it there for right now. Kind of want to get it even all the way across. It doesn't have to be perfect. Make sure the music notes is going the right way. I may have to put some glue down underneath it. Thank you for whoever gave me the thumbs up. I did not want to use hot glue tonight, so I'm using my incredibly stinky glue. There we go. Yes, thank you guys for checking everybody's channel out, and we all need to support each other here. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want some on the side or not. I don't have enough of this to go on the sides, I don't think. Not both sides. Oh yeah, actually I do. But I might wait on that. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Although I kind of wish I would have covered it all up now. I may go back and do something to that later. I don't know yet. Don't know what I want to do for the edges yet, but I do know I'm going to use my Distress ink, and like I'm going to use my vintage photo on the. I'm curious to see how it would look on the paper. Let's see. Let me get me a piece of scratch paper here to go over with, so we don't mess up my cutting board. Well, that looks fairly nice like that. No, I really like this wallpaper. I think I may have to make a card with it. Thank you. I like it. So I'm just kind of building a frame around it. I like that. Okay. See, I almost want to go back and add music notes all the way around it, but I like the edges, so I may just make the sides darker with the ink or whatever. You know, I've gotten used to doing face-to-face videos, but you don't have to start out doing that. I watch Shirley's videos. I never see her face, although she has a beautiful face, because I have seen her. But she's very talented too, Nora. I think you'll enjoy her channel. Jackie, I think you're already subscribed to her. Miss Jackie does really nice work too. I was in a swap last year and I got one of Jackie's Altered Christmas books. The very first one she's done, and it was so nice. I still have it. All right, let's see. This is going to work. I really like the way that looks. I wish my glue would quit leaking. Yeah, I think I like that darker. Okay. I think I like that much darker. Yes or no? Oh, no. How did you lose that, Shirley? Okay, now I have some paper here I want to use on here. Take all these words and stuff off. And I want to put a background on there. But I think I want to do these white edges too. Yeah, I think so too. Okay. If you drop glue on it at all, it's going to stop. So I'm just going to ink around these edges here, the white edges. See, this is what I mean when you're using non-double-sided paper and the color doesn't go all the way through. I really dislike all those edges. Sorry, I guess I could have done this beforehand, but I cooked dinner for the first time this week for myself. Oh. It was one of those dinners that I don't know a whole lot of people eat, but I ate it growing up and I just loved it. And it's definitely not on my keto diet. Yeah, I hate when it's white inside like that, but this actually came with a vintage kit that I got a couple of years ago from Tuesday Morning. And I used most of it to make a prayer journal with, a vintage prayer journal, and this is what I had left over. And so I thought I would use it. But see, now I grew up on a farm. Well, my grandparents had a farm. And so I grew up eating whatever they put on the table. But y'all, I absolutely love me some fried chicken livers. Now, you may not think that's very appetizing, but I love fried chicken livers. And I fixed it just like my grandmama did today. I needed some comfort, nostalgic comfort food, and fried chicken livers. And then I made potatoes and onions, fried potatoes and onions. Oh my gosh. Hadn't had that in a long time. So I went to the grocery store the other day and I had like $3 in my pocket. And I said, okay, what am I going to eat for dinner? And chicken livers were 92 cents for a carton. And I got a potato and I had change left over. So that's what I had me today. I know. That is some good eating. I ate about half of them. I'll save the other half for another meal, but oh my gosh, it was so good. Probably the first decent meal I've had in a week or two, and you're getting hungry now. Oh my gosh, my grandma used to make a big old pan full of fried potatoes and onions. Oh my gosh, those were so good. But I cheated a little bit because she would cook hers from raw to done, and she never burned them. I always have an issue with that, so I par cooked them out a little bit, then sliced them up. All right. So now what I was thinking was I want this paper on here like this, and I want to leave a little section of it open because I want to make a tag, and I want the tag to stick in here like this somewhere. And I think I'm going to cut the string down just a little bit. I'm going to leave the string on it, but I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. A little long. There we go. So I found some words and stuff I want to put on here on this tag. First thing I'm going to do is ink the edges to make everything match. And like I said, my grandparents owned a farm, and I grew up eating a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't eat at all. I think some people might call it soul food. Some people might call it whatever. Some people call it partial Mexican food. I don't know, because we just called it, we were poor when we were growing up, and that's what we had to eat. But I didn't know we were poor. Well, my grandparents and stuff. I never knew we were poor. I always thought we had it pretty good. You make yours whole? Oh, yay! For you, you found it. All right, so this little kit, I'm going to make this little tag, and it says, faith makes all, these are two little words. It says faith, and then the other sentence says makes all things possible. I'm going to make a little tag with that. Because you know what? Faith does make all things possible. I'm going to tell you what, I'd be in terrible shape right now if I didn't have faith on my side. Music sometimes plays a role in that. Thank you, Shirley. I'm learning what I always tell people. God's humbled me lately, and he's tried to when I, and I'm trying to let go and let God, because, nothing works in my time, and nothing works when I try to make a mess out of it or try to fix it myself. And it's better if I just let go and let God. Have faith. What you having, Jackie? They wants to come over for dinner. Yes, ma'am, it does. Hi, sure. Oh, I thought somebody else coming in there. Never mind. About to embarrass myself. Faith makes all things possible. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit there. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one down. I don't know, maybe I think my tacky glue should tack this down. I was getting a headache, y'all, from the stinky glue. So I think my tacky glue will hold this. Tell you, one of my favorite gospel singers is Mandisa. And I love her music. And I'm always so uplifted, and my faith is always so renewed when I hear some of her songs. I've loved her ever since American Idol. Hi, Tina. Oh, I'm so glad you are. I'm doing a vintage canvas tonight. Uh-oh, y'all might have to use stinky glue. This might not hold it on this wallpaper. Or I might have to do hot glue. I was hoping I didn't have to. Let's just see if we can make it stick. Dries. Let's see what happens. So So I had this image in my head of what I wanted to do, kinda. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see. I want to put this. I want to put this in here so that it can be pulled out. So I just need to make a little tiny mark where I want things to go. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll erase that in a minute. I think I'll use my Fabri-Tac again. Okay. Let's see how that works. Perfect. I think I need to let it dry though first. All right. Okay, this has got to dry a little bit here, y'all. And I may have to come back and hit this up with hot glue. I don't know if it's going to work. I want this little clothespin on here because I want to clip this on here. Ink the edges of it up. This says, with faith, all things are possible. Okay. Now, what to do? What to do? I want to use these flowers in here somewhere. I think I want to put them up here somewhere. Like that. Cut some of this off. What y'all think so far? I know I ain't got much done to it, but I do use art glitter glue. I have some right here. I just, being that this is wallpaper though, I wasn't sure how, thank you. I wasn't sure how it was going to look and, I mean, how it would work on wallpaper. So that's kind of why I wanted to use the Fabri-Tac. But it was kind of giving me a headache, but I guess I'm just going to have to endure and use it anyway because it's sticking the best. All right, I'm going to put these flowers down at the top. Like I said, I had this pretty much pre-planned out a little bit about what I wanted to do with it, just so we wouldn't be here all night. But I have missed being with y'all so much that I'm so happy to be here tonight. Because I really do miss y'all when I can't get on, but sometimes I just have to take a break and reboot. I'm still drinking my coffee. I thought coffee was keeping me awake at night, but it's really not because I didn't have some the other night and I still couldn't sleep, so. I'm happy I made it here too. Hi, Fiona. How are you? I'm doing a vintage canvas tonight, Fiona. About hope and faith and there you go, Tina. So this is what I have so far. I'm liking the way that it's turning out, I think. And then I left a little opening over here because I'm going to stick a little tag in there. So if you need a little positive reinformation, you just pull the tag out that says, faith makes all things possible. I think it'll stick in there now. We'll take it out until we get ready for it. Okay, so then I found these little buttons. I thought I had 2 of them. Yep, here we go. Thought I had these little buttons, and I thought I'd put some on like this on the front edge or whatever. But I'm trying to think if I need to ink them up, and I think I just answered my question because I started doing it, so I might as well. Every once in a while, I like making a project that's monochromatic, like all in the same color scheme. There you go, Shirley. And I definitely drink a pot of coffee a day. Without a doubt. Oh no, that's a glob of glue. I hate when it does that. All right, I gotta get some of that off. That is way too much glue. There we go. Okay. Now what? Let me see. So I wanted to clip this in here like that. Okay. And then I had these words, and they were pretty, I don't know. I have some that are made on acetate. I like them. I'm trying to think the best way I could put them down and have a little birdie there. And I have my little die cut leaves, which I'm definitely going to kind of ink up a little bit because they got a lot of white around them. use some of this twine. I just don't know how I want to do that or not. Let me put some about right here. Or either put some down here. No, I want it up here. Let's see how long this is. Not that long. Double that in half. Yeah, like that. All right, you guys. Pray for me. I really want to make this work. I think I might have to hold it there for a minute or two. Stay down. You know when you get an idea in your head and you're just not going to let go of it, somehow you're going to make it work? I'm going to make this work because I just saw this twine going across in my head. And I said, I want to do this. It's got to work. So I got to make it work. I think we can let it dry a few minutes. I think it'll be fine. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was concentrating. It may or may, this bow may not work. I don't know. It will if I plug in the hot glue gun. I just really didn't want to use a glue gun tonight. So I'm going to put a good glob of glue on there and see what we can do. Just let that sit there for a minute. Where's my little branch? Okay. What y'all think? Oh, Fiona, well, I'll definitely be saying a prayer for you. Thank you, Tina, for coming by. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to see. Is that too big? Nope. That says praise him in every season. Now, what I want to do is to put these words in here in the middle, but where is that? I thought I had another one. Maybe I don't. But I was thinking I did. Maybe I put one back. I don't know. Hope is what I'm really thinking about tonight. And his love gives life. And then at the bottom, I want to put trust in God down here. I'm not sure how to get these on so they don't look, I don't know. I was wondering if I wanted to put them on a different type of paper, but I think I'm going to just use my clear glue and put them on and see how it works. If it doesn't look right, well, we'll just take it off and I'll put it on some paper maybe. I think it'll be all right. Because the glue dries clear. Hope. That's kind of the theme. Hope and faith. His love gives life. I like that. I don't know if I want to put that down here or if I want a flower. What do y'all think? Do I need a flower down here? So the key to hope is faith and love. What do y'all think? Do I need a flower down there? I could put one of these flowers down here. Let me cut it apart and see what we think. I could put one of these flowers down here. Kind of offset it a little bit. Maybe put that right there. What do y'all think? Oh, thank you, Shirley. Fiona, I've been thinking about you so much because I know you've been having a time of it too. I feel for you about the sleep. 3? What are you talking about? Flower? Yes. I think I'm going to trim some of the lace off of it, though. I mean, some of the netting off away from it. Goes by so fast I can't read it sometimes. No, I love this. I'm so appreciative for you sending me all this stuff. I absolutely adore these vintage flowers. I need some more. Okay. Let's ink the edges so we don't have white around the edges. Y'all, I have to tell you a funny little story. I ran into a little boy that I used to teach. Yes, Fiona, please take care of yourself. I ran into, well, he's not a little boy now. He's probably a half-grown man, but he's special. I taught special ed in school, and I had this student, and we were talking one day. I taught students who with limited, intelligence or whatever, mental capacities, but they were some of the smartest kids in school. Maybe not book-wise, but life-wise. But I ran into him the other day, and I did not even recognize him, and I can't believe he recognized me. And he said, Miss Jackson. And I know, right? So, and I looked around and I saw him. Well, I'm not going to mention his name, but I remember him, and he said, "You're still," and I'll have to tell you why. Before I tell you what he said, I'll have to tell you a little story. So we were talking one day at school, and I will never forget this for as long as I live, just because it was just so cute. And we were talking about people, and bless their hearts, they love everybody. These children are the most loving children I've ever met. And they just loved. It didn't matter who you were, what you were, where you came from. And so we were talking one day about, differences in people and stuff. And we were talking about how people are all the same but different. They may have different color skin and different hair color, or come from different nationalities and different things like that. And so this little boy said, he said, "Well, what color are you?" And I said, "I'm white." And he thought about it for a minute, and he said, "No, Miss Jackson, you are not white." And I said, "Okay, so what color am I?" He said, "You're beige." So when I ran into him in the store the other day, and I'm talking, I haven't seen this kid in years. And I haven't seen him since, I think he was like 14, last time I seen him. And he yelled and ran across the store, and he almost knocked me over. And he said, "Miss Jackson, you're still beige." Y'all don't know how much I needed that. That was just the sweetest little thing. But I do miss teaching sometimes. But this little kid was just really a hoot. But he's one of the reasons I started thinking about this too. Yes, they can all teach us something. My kids taught us a lot about love and about different things. Absolutely, Fiona. Your heart must be like a child, because they have childlike faith. which means they have faith. They don't have to be coerced into having faith. They don't have to be, you know, children lose their faith not because of their inability to believe. They lose their faith because adults tell them it's not true. And I don't want anybody to lose their faith. So I think we're done, y'all. What do you think? I think I love it. Love this. Little tag, inspirational moment. Faith makes all things possible. With faith, all things are possible. And then my little hope sign. Thank you, Nora. So, that was pretty quick tonight. Yeah, I like the way this turns out. So I think all of you have been here. Thank you, Shirley. Every once in a while, we need a reminder that, you know, we may think everything is lost and we may think things are hopeless and they're never going to get better. Because you know what? I think that way sometimes. You know, some people tend to put me higher up there than where I should be. Because, you know, when you put people on a pedestal, they fall. And sometimes they fall so hard, they break. It's kind of where, do I need your address? Well, yes, Charlie, I don't think I have your address. But, it's hard sometimes to remember to keep your faith and keep your eyes focused on the Lord because He's always there for us. And there's nothing that we can do to ever make Him take His love away from us. Nothing. And it is hard sometimes when you go through your day and you look around, and I'm not going to lie, it's been pretty hard. I've had a pretty hard time. And, you know, if it hadn't been for God and my faith and the faith of other people who trust Him to be able to reach out and be a stronghold for me to hang on to, I don't know where I'd be. So it really concerns me with so many hurting people in the world today, how people hang on when times are so hard and they don't have that faith to hang on to. They don't have the promise of a risen Savior to hang on to. And it makes me hurt for them. Hi, Julia. It makes me hurt for them because they everyone needs to have faith and believe, and not everyone does. So it takes people like you and like me to share that faith with others. So the title of my canvas tonight is, instead of Vintage Dream, I think it's going to be Vintage Hope. And I say Vintage Hope because hope has been around a long time. Hope has been around since Jesus entered this world because He is the hope of our existence. He is the Father of our faith. And so I am very humbled to be able to get on here with you tonight, and I'm very humble for those of you who came to watch my Thursday night live. I truly appreciate all of you, and I love each and every one of you. Don't ever doubt that. And Shirley, thank you, Nora. Shirley, if you will send me your address, when I get the money to mail this, I will send this to you. Or write your name on the back of it. Oh, Fiona, I'm so sorry. You haven't lost all your friends. You have us. Thank you, Shirley. Fiona, you have all of us to be friends with you. And whenever you need somebody to talk to, just reach out. I'll be there for you. You can reach me on Messenger. You can reach me on Instagram, direct message, DM me there. You can go through my Facebook group and message me. See, we are all here for each other. You know? I tell you what, I have been so discouraged. I have gotten so discouraged because I felt like people that I have been friends with for years and years have all of a sudden turned their back on me as far as supporting me and stuff. And it really hurt my feelings. Girl, you're going to have to go back on there and put it on there when I can write it down. I don't know if I can get it down fast enough. I'll look. Let's see. Girl, you need to meet me for lunch and I'll just give it to you. Oh, well, of course, I don't know how far you are from me, but I had your address at one time, I think. I think we did a swap or something together one time. How far is High Point from Rock Hill? Two 27260. Yes, he does, Fiona. How far apart are we, Shirley? We could just meet for lunch and I could give it to you in person, save the postage. Of course, it might be cheaper to say mail it, but Greensboro and Winston-Salem. So how far are you from Charlotte? Because I'm about 25 minutes from Charlotte. You're 3 hours from Charlotte, so you're about 3 hours and 25 minutes from me then. That's still a little hike. My car is in no condition to go that far. Y'all, we need to pray for my car. The cylinders are all misfiring on it and everything, and I don't even know what to do. It's on its last leg, but I keep praying over it to make it keep going. And Fiona, please let us know what the doctors say. You make them take care of you. You know, be your own advocate. And you're in the UK, aren't you? Where are you again? Are you in the States or are you over across the pond? I was thinking you were across the pond. Oh, you're in Australia. I thought you were. Your husband is a mechanic. I don't even know if my car would get there to let him work on it. I'm telling you, it's pretty bad, you know, and I can't afford to buy another car because obviously I don't even have an income right now to buy one. And so I'm just praying over it every day. I can't run the air conditioner. It's been 100 degrees outside and I've had to ride around with the windows down and no AC. But it's got me where I was going so far. I changed my plugs. I'll tell you what's going on with it. I blew a head gasket, and the person that fixed it, they didn't do a good job the first time, and I had to take it back while it was still under warranty, and they had to redo it. When they redid it, they stripped the bolt on the valve cover, and I have a small oil leak on my valve, through the valve cover now because the bolt's stripped and it's not a tight seal. And I can't get anybody to do anything for me with it when I did have a job, because they said they can't warranty their work if they don't replace everybody else's work and do it themselves. And I didn't have $1,500 to do another head gasket. which didn't make sense to me, but anyway. So it's gotten too much oil and stuff in the cylinders. And when I put the computer thing on, I borrowed my brother's computer thing and ran a diagnostic on it. It had all the cylinders were misfiring. So, like if I were to turn the AC on or even the heat on, it usually cuts off on me. And when I'm driving it, it chug-a-lug-a-lugs. When I get to a red light or a stop sign, I have to put it into neutral so it doesn't cut off on me. So that is what the car has been doing. Now, all of you probably know more information than you wanted to know. Oh, thank you, Fiona. I don't really need a new car. I just need this one fixed. I don't want to get rid of this car because, when my mom passed away, there was just so much stuff. It's at Donna's at yahoo.com. Wait a minute. Write it down for you. And I'll also put it in my description box when we get through. But that's what it is right there. Aunt Donna's. That's all one word, so don't put a space there. It's Aunt Donna's at yahoo.com. AUNTDONNAS with an S on the end. Just make sure those two words are connected. But anyway, it was my mom's car. And when I had cancer back in 2013, and I got fired from my job. This is when all of this really started. And I got fired from my job after just receiving a promotion. And they did fire me because of my health reasons. But I live in a state that's what's called a right to work state. So they can fire you without reason. And I didn't have enough proof on my side that they fired me because of my health, which is illegal. But anyway, I wound up losing my vehicle. And my mother had passed away, and she had this Honda. It's a 2001 Honda Accord, and she had the Honda, and my daughter was using it, and my daughter brought it back to me and said, "Mom, here, I'm sure Grandma would want you to have this." And so that's the car. And I've had to get rid of so much stuff because I also lost my home, and I had to downsize from a 2,000 square foot house down to a 1,200 square foot apartment. And so I had to give away so much stuff that I just didn't have room for. So I want to really hang on to the car. It means a lot. Hey, Jackie, I'm so glad you're here. Have you gone through the tunnel yet? Or you're home? Yeah, sentimental reasons, Fiona. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. What you think? This is it. So I'll show you really quick what I did. So I had the canvas board, and I put the washi, well, I've already put it up. See, I'm learning to put stuff away when I get through with it now, to keep what I have organized. I still a little bit, here it is. I put, thank you, Jackie. I put the music washi tape around the edges of it, and I used my distress ink around the white part of it. I stretched the edges of the wallpaper and glued it down. And then I put a piece of paper here, and then this music paper on top with the little shabby flowers. Glued the crow's pin down, and it says, "With faith, all things are possible." Glued some buttons down. Then made the little tag you can pull out that says, "Faith makes all things possible," with a little dove on it. So that's in there. This says, "Praise him in every season." Got vintage flowers that Nora sent me along with the wallpaper. And then on the music note, I put hope, his love, gives life. And then down here, trusting God. Then I just have a little die cut of a leaf and a little bird here. And I just put a little key. And I took some twine and ran it across and tied a little twine bow. And I'll give you a close-up look. I'll take a picture and put it on my Instagram afterwards. Thank you so much, Jackie. Is Claudia here? Hi, Claudia, if you're here. I saw Dia, so I figured it was Claudia. Oh, that's nice, Fiona. Tonight, I did this board and I just wanted to spend a little bit of time chatting with you guys because I have truly missed everybody so much this week. I've been trying to catch up on my video watching and stuff, but I'm a little bit behind. So you may, if I watch your video, you may just have a smiley face or something behind it. The Chabella newspapers. Oh, I bet those are pretty. I really like the way this turns out. I wish I had more of this. I'd make another one. But it's really pretty. And Shirley Wilson gets this one as soon as I get money to mail it. So Shirley, I can't promise you when you'll get it, but you will get it. But I made a prayer journal with most of the materials that I use for these. And Fiona, I would like to, and I can't promise you when you will get it because postage is so high going across the pond now, or especially in Australia. But I would like to gift you a prayer journal when I'm able to send it to you. So I will make you a prayer journal and making it's not the problem. Getting it mailed would be the problem, but I would like to be able to gift you a prayer journal. So just tell me what kind of style you would like. I'm trying to sell some stuff now. But my heart feels for people, for all of you, for people who are having a problem. I think that's one of the greatest gifts God had ever given me was to be open and loving to other people and sensitive to other. Yeah, he always does, Charlie. But always be sensitive to the needs of other people. And I tell you, the thing that has hurt me most and all the difficulties I've been having since I lost my job is my ability to be able to help others in the way that I would like to be able to. But, so I try to do what I can do. And it might just be to lend a kind word to somebody, or just to be there to listen to somebody, or hold somebody's hand when they're going through a wrong time. Those are things that we can all do if you don't even have a dime. It's just to be able to be sensitive to the way people feel. And, oh yeah, Jackie, I lost my job back in June. I have been jobless since June. My children moved away. Their parents got transferred to another city, and they're too far away to come here now. So, yeah, I haven't had a job since June, and except the only money that I have is my disability, and it only covers my rent and my car insurance. So, by the grace of God, I've been able to, keep the lights on and and other stuff. And that's only through only through some special people who have really been open to God's leading, and I've gotten a lot of help from people. Oh, Nora, I love you, honey. I'm truly here for anybody that needs me. I may not be able to do a darn thing for you financially right now, but I can certainly pray for you. I can certainly talk with you. I can cry with you. I can laugh with you. I can do those things. And I am so open and willing to do them with anybody. Absolutely, Fiona. Absolutely. You see, I think God has spent this time really humbling me. You don't want to be humbled by the Lord, really, because sometimes it hurts. I think, sometimes we let our pride, even though we swear up and down it's not pride, but sometimes we do let our pride get in the way of receiving a blessing from the Lord, because somebody reminded me of that the other day. They said, well, first they told me you don't have because you don't ask, and I don't like asking for help. And God just really recently revealed to me that it really is pride. It might be disguised as something else, but it's really pride. So I'm trying not to be prideful. I'm over here trying to put stuff away. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. I didn't know that. Oh. Yeah, my dad passed away 6 days before my birthday in 2011. And my mom passed away 7 months to the date of my dad. So I lost both my parents within 7 months. And it's not been easy. I know how that feels. So, but I mean, I wouldn't say it gets easier. I mean, obviously you still think about them all the time, but the pain eases up after a while. And it allows you to remember good times with them instead of just the hurt. I think everybody in here right now has lost somebody close to them recently, or not recently all the time, but yes, you do feel kind of lonely without them. You know what, Fiona? If I do, it's from God and nobody else but. He just has placed a desire in my heart to reach out to others who are lonely and hurting and whatever, and more recently, I'll be honest with you. I lost when I first lost my real job in 2013. I went from a 6-figure income to nothing. And it's been so humbling. And it wasn't that I was stingy with my money or anything like that. When I had it, I helped people and did things for others. But I never could get a grasp on what it was like to truly struggle. Now I grew up poor, don't get me wrong, but I didn't know I was, But as an adult, it was hard for me to really understand what being homeless was like, or being so, poor that, you lose your power, or and your lights and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to tell you, God allowed me to be humbled, because just like Job, I lost everything I had, within months. I lost both my parents, and then I lost my vehicle that I had. Then I lost my house, and I lost my health. and I lost a lot of friends. And that's all happened since 2013. So 6 years. Let me tell you what I got though. I I gained a stronger faith in the Lord that He will take care of me. I gained friends, even though I haven't met most of them in person, that love me and show me love and kindness like no one has ever done before. I've gained a closer relationship with the Lord. I gained a whole new YouTube family because I didn't start my YouTube channel until then, until like 2016 actually. Um, I gained a better understanding of the struggles that many people have that I would have never understood unless I've gone through what I've done. Bye, Fiona. I'll be praying for you. Please let us know about what the doctor said. I gained a whole new appreciation for those who struggle on a daily basis. I've gained a deeper faith. I mean, I gained so much more than the material things that I lost, aside from my parents. You know, but I used to grieve over my parents so much because I missed them so much. My mom was my best friend. And, but then I realized that my mom's health was not good and my dad had cancer. And they were suffering greatly. And, my mother died on life support. Now, if that's not God, I don't know what is. My mother never wanted to be on life support, and she never should have been put on life support. And I had to be the one to decide whether to pull the plug or not. And I didn't ever want to be in that position. And she didn't want to be in that position for me to have to make that decision. And you know what? We started praying over her, and she opened her eyes. Now, mind you, she had been on life support for a couple of days, and she took a deep breath of her own, and I saw the spirit leave her body, and my mom was gone. And she went home to be with the Lord. I didn't see it, but I could imagine the angel taking her to heaven to be with the Lord. My dad died in hospice, and I praise God every day that he didn't suffer a long term with his cancer. He was diagnosed, he has surgery. They thought he was going to be okay. They were going to start radiation and stuff, and they waited a day too late. Then they found out that it spread. We moved him to hospice. He was there for a day, and then he passed away at night. And so I'm very thankful, although I miss them very much. I am very thankful to God that he did not let my dad suffer long term. Yes. See, that's a hard thing when you don't know that your loved one is sick. I knew both my parents were sick. And it doesn't make me miss them any less, but it does help in the fact to knowing that they're both in heaven and they're both not suffering now and there's no pain. But that's hard. Yeah, it's hard when you don't know your loved one is sick. I know, Jackie. That had to be incredibly hard. My heart goes out to you. It really does. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. See, this is why I'm so honored to have all of you in my life. We can craft and we can get here and we can talk and we can talk about the hard things. Oh, that's how my family, my grandmother, my mom was too. Yep. It is hard when it's unexpected and you don't have time to say goodbye. Oh no, Jackie, they didn't do an autopsy? I'm trying very hard to keep up with the conversations on here, so please forgive me if I'm behind a little bit. There's a lag. Well, Jackie, I'm going to pray for you just to have a peace of mind over this. Oh, that's sad. And her doctors have no clue? I know, Julia. I'm so sorry, honey. Well, Jackie, we just need to pray for peace of mind for you. That your mom's in a better place. And Julia, you too. I know it's so hard, you guys. But the way I look at it now, if they're a believer and they're going to heaven, we grieve for ourselves, not them, really, because they're with God. They couldn't have been in a better place, you know. Hi, Risa. How are you? We're talking about loved ones we lost, and then I made this canvas tonight, Risa, about it's called Vintage Hope, about how God gives us life, His love, and hope, and with faith, all things are possible. Risa goes to my church. Oh, Jackie, I'll be praying for you, sweetheart. I'm going to start a little prayer list right here. Put all of you on here. Fiona. Because I know she had to go to the doctor. Let's write down whoever's been here tonight also. Who else was here tonight? Claudia. Anybody else been here tonight that you know of that I missed? Jackie, Julia, Nora, Fiona, Shirley, Riza, Dia, Claudia. Who else? Shirley. Well, I don't know why I forgot you, Shirley. I'm so sorry. Anybody else? Yeah, I got Fiona. Okay, good. Well, you guys will all be in my prayers, my prayer list. And I'm going to try really hard to have uh, what am I doing, Shirley? I'm going to try to do my devotion in the morning. What did I miss? I apparently missed something. Sometimes this thing flips by so fast I can't see what people are saying. Hi, Michelle. It's okay. We're just chit-chatting right now. Well, Jackie, all you have to do is message me. You can always get me by messenger. You can DM me on Instagram. Thank you, Michelle. I renamed it Vintage Hope. So it's a canvas board. I used some vintage wallpaper that Nora sent me. I used some of this vintage Nora paper. Nope. I will be adding her name right now. Carla Savage. Is that what her name is? Okay. Would it be okay if I put her name out on my devotional? I have to ask people for permission now to say their name, to pray for them. Jackie, you are not a burden. Please don't ever say that. Listen, I remember saying that to a friend of mine not too long ago. She's in this room, so she knows I'm telling the truth about this. And I'm gonna tell you what she told me. God put us here on this earth to carry each other's burdens. And if you're talking to me about your problems, then it's not a burden. You're helping me because you're allowing me to receive the blessing of being able to help you and to listen to you. And that's what God put me on this earth for. So please don't everybody think just because I got some issues going on right now that I can't handle anybody else's issues. Because in all honesty, you help me because you take my mind off of my own problems and let me put it on somebody else other than myself. So it's a blessing to me to be able to listen to somebody else in need. I promise. Now, I was asking Shirley if it's okay if I mention Carla's name when I do my prayer list tomorrow morning for my devotion, or should I just say a friend of Shirley Wilson's? I actually requested prayer for somebody several days ago, and they tried to have my yes, Julia, and they tried to have my YouTube channel shut down because they said it was a violation of privacy because I asked for prayer. And I didn't even mention this person's name. So I want to make sure that I have to ask for permission from now on. I think it's crazy, but that's just Satan's way of trying to stop me doing something for the Lord. Shivago. I haven't heard Shivago in a long time. Dr. Shivago. And Jackie, you already follow me on Instagram, so you have my Instagram. See, we all are a support system for everybody, for each other. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely, Michelle. Although tonight's okay, Julia, tonight's Thursday night live kind of turned into prayer meeting, but I think it's been a good thing, and I needed this tonight. You guys just don't know how much I needed this. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Awesome, Shirley. Thank you. I'm so happy she is. I'm sitting here looking at this flower, thinking it might need a center. What do y'all think? Or should I leave it alone? Yay, Julia. Much love to you too, Jackie. I tell you, I was feeling down before today, and I've talked to Nora about this quite a bit, and I just felt like that some old friends have just kind of drifted away, and it's made me feel kind of sad. What do y'all think? How does that look? Does it need a center or not? I start looking at things and I have to fix it. I just can't quit. What do y'all think? Yes or no? Shirley, you're getting it, so yes or no? Do you want a center for your flower? You like the center? Okay, wait a minute. Leave the center in there. Okay, A is with the center. B is without the center. Absolutely. Absolutely, Michelle. Yes, he is, Shirley. He is truly busy. Because you know what? He may win the battle, but he already knows the war is lost. And so he is trying his best to take as many as possible. B. B. Okay, no flower center. We'll just leave it like it is. All right. Well, this is done. Got prayer list for in the morning. And as soon as I can, Shirley, this is going out to you tonight. Well, it won't be tonight, but you know what I mean. All right, you guys. Unless y'all want to stay on here and chat some more, I'll be glad to. Please don't think I'm rushing anybody off. I'll be glad to stay here and talk half a night if you want to. Absolutely, Shirley. Absolutely. But I've been on here for about an hour and 45 minutes. So if you guys want to stay and talk, I'll stay and talk. If you want to go, we can go. I don't have anything to do tonight except for clean up my kitchen and check my farm. If anybody ever wants to play a game, join me on Facebook for Township. Michelle and I play Township. Good night, Riza. Hope to see you Sunday at church. Jackie, I like chatting with you too. I haven't seen a lot of you lately, so I'm very honored that you're here tonight and have been here for a while tonight. I miss the old gang. You've played that? It's called Township. It's all right, Jackie. Life happens. I know things happen, you know. It's just like, I was saying earlier, I feel like friends that I've had for a long time and I've always supported, have kind of drifted away. And that's okay. People drift away. They have other interests and stuff like that. And I was very hurt by it at first, but I'm over it now because, people's interests change. Oh, cool. Well, our co-op name is Team Regatta. So if you ever want to join us, let me know. Just come on and join us. Oh, yeah, I did want to say this. I found some stuff when I was going through things that had been packed up that I was supposed to mail out to people a long time ago. And some of them has been a really long time ago. Like when I was doing like giveaways, like my projects that I made or whatever. And I found a couple, and I told Nora this the other night. I found a couple. One thing I know I need to get out. So if I ever promise to give you something and I haven't given it to you, I'm so sorry. I thought it truly had been mailed because one thing I found was packaged up and ready to mail. And I thought it was mailed, and I guess it never got mailed. But anyway, I apologize for that. Um, so it'll be out when I get money. I hate I did that, but I didn't do it on purpose. It's just I forgot it was. I mean, I thought it was mailed. It just wasn't mailed. I mean, it's nothing big. I mean, it wasn't like a giveaway or anything like that. It was just something that I had made, and I promised to send it to somebody. I drew names, and they won it, and I just thought it was mailed, and it wasn't mailed, and I just found it. So I'll be sending it out as soon as I get the funds to do so. Yes, we do, Michelle. And there's a lot of hurting people in there as well. And I think, Shirley, you were talking about this a few minutes ago that God always leads you to a place that, He wants you to be, or people that you need to get in touch with. Like one of the players in our group is from Maine, and they had that big explosion, is a big gas explosion that happened earlier this week. And it was a business in front of his house, and he lost his home. And I mean, it was just blown up. And he was inside his home. Thank God his son was at school. And but he's lost his whole home. He's been displaced. So he's supposed to go look at a new home today. But there was a fireman that died in that explosion. And there's another person in our group has had tremendous loss in people. So God has always put me in a place that I can help, support, and understand and pray for people. And I feel so blessed about that. Um, I didn't know, like, when I first started YouTube and even playing this stupid game, like, I don't even, I didn't know the magnitude of how YouTube and other things would change my life. I didn't know that God would use me in such a way that you're right, Shirley. You're right. But I didn't know that God would use me in such a way. It's very humbling to know that um, that He can take somebody just as broken as everybody else in the world and use their brokenness to bless somebody else's life, if that makes sense. Um, like, just because of the things that I've been through, I can relate to what other people have been through. Julia Satterwhite, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I yeah, I'm very humbled by that. And when I started my daily devotions on my YouTube channel, I said that, um, it was a way for me to be able to share God's love with other people. And I know some people may get offended by me talking about God on my channel and stuff, but you know what? It is my channel. Yes, you are very kind, Julia. Um, I so appreciate that. I do monetize most of my videos on my YouTube, but you don't make a lot of money on YouTube, not unless you have millions of subscribers that watch millions of ads, and I don't. But, you know, about every 6 months, I'll make a little bit. You can't get a check until you make $100, but about every 6 months, I'll get a little bit of money, and that's what I use to craft on. Um, Thank you, Julia. I will be honest with you, though. I won't get it until I reach the threshold. But you're so sweet. I really appreciate that. God bless you. But yeah, I'm very, very, very blessed by all of you. And so I will continue to do my daily devotions. And it's something that I don't lament over if nobody watches it or only one or two people watch it, because I'm not doing it for the views as far as the views on YouTube. I put my devotion out there in hopes that in some small way it may help somebody. So, well, I'm so glad, Julia. I've missed even doing them this week. Um, but I feel like, sometimes you empty everything in your tank out and you have to allow your tank to be refilled. And this week, my tank had to be refilled spiritually, emotionally, physically. Um, I had to spend that time uh, doing those things. Every once in a while, I have to be still and listen myself. And although that should be done on a daily basis, but I have to recharge. When you go 6 days and have 3 hours of sleep and 3 meals in 6 days, it's pretty rough. And my body just got worn out. And I started getting sick. And I said, not going to happen, devil. Mm-mm. So I took these days and I recharged, and still kind of tired, but I feel so much better today than I did Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday. So and I have to say, you guys have really helped me recharge tonight. You help remind me why I do what I do. And that's amazing. Night, Nora. I'll talk to you later. Oh, that'll be nice, Julia. Well, I would just come on over if I could hop a boat and get there. Alaska is on my bucket list. It's one of the two states that I have not visited yet is Alaska, and I really want to go visit Alaska. I was supposed to go to Paris and England this I was supposed to be going this month. And then lost the job and things turned around and I didn't get to go. So it just means that God didn't wasn't ready for me to go yet. And I don't know if I'll ever get there. But I do want to go to Alaska. I guess I could drive, but that'd be a long drive in a car that don't work so good. I don't think I want to try it with that. Actually, I did drive to Alaska one time. I mean, I was just on the edge of Alaska. It was when I was in Canada and I was in Winnipeg. I know. Thank you, Julia. I was in Manitoba and I was in the city of Winnipeg, and we decided we were going to drive to Alaska. And we went to see the polar bears. And we drove all the way to this one little town in Alaska. Like it was on the edge of nowhere. And I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was just like on the edge of Alaska. It was in I want to say, it was in the Arctic. It was on the edge of the Arctic Circle, wherever that is, and in the Northwest Territories. And we got to see polar bears. All right, guys, everybody's got to go. I've been here for 2 hours, so I think it's time to say good night. Thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. And I pray that one day we all get together and meet. I'm working on a little get together, maybe in the spring or the summer of next year, God willing. So thank you all for joining me. And I just want to say good night. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow morning. I will be doing a daily devotion tomorrow. God bless. Bye.